Hi everyone, it's Brett with It's Picking Time, messing around here with the guitar for Connectedness part 2, and these three notes here. I'm going to get into the quad view so you can see what I'm doing. These three notes on the 3rd and 5th fret, bottom string E, 5th fret B, and 5th fret G. Those are a G, an E, and a C, respectively, and that makes an C major chord. Sounds different. Actually, the C is on top, so that's nice. So this chord they're very, very similar. Okay? We're going to use those notes. Now, I've got to say that it's a little bit tricky for me even to use just these three notes to make a solo or a melody sound good. I like to add other notes, not just three notes from the same chord, from the chord that make the major chord. In other words, I like to use open notes a lot. So if I'm playing a C, in the last example, the last video, I played this C, this E, and this G, and that's there is an open string there. But I like to play open notes and the fretted notes on the same string. So right, so I'd be like open D to the E on the 2nd fret, D string, and I also like to use what I call accents, which are bends and pull-offs and hammer-ons and slides. Okay, so I like to add all those things, and I think the earlier we start using those, the better we're going to be. It's kind of like planting a seed of a tree. As long as you tend to it, you're going to get better at it. So let's just try to do what we can. So I might slide in this case, because these are the three notes I want. I probably will slide from this note here, which is a D, and I smash as I play up. The E and the C. So it's and so you can add that. You can add those notes. Now, if you can't do that, right? There's just a whole lot of things you can do with three notes, but and a minute ago I was actually playing these two notes together. Like that, and then going into my chord transitions. So just know that these are three more notes. We have C, E, and open G. We have C, E, and G here. Octaves. They're octaves, away from these notes here. But you can use them. Now you've got, and that goes up to the 5th fret. So now you've got a couple more notes for using the chord C, and you've got another C chord. This is a C chord. So if you don't like this C, for whatever reason, maybe you try this C. Song for it's basically the same song. You choose a strumming pattern depending on how much you practice your strumming hand. You can do all kinds of things. Right? You can do all kinds of stuff. Right? So just play around with it. It really does take playing around with, and stick with something once you start playing. In other words, I just gave you a few different strumming patterns very quickly. Just pick one of them and work on that one for a week, right? I mean, we want to get the movements down, the motor movements down. If we move around between different strumming patterns, you know, when you're brand new, it gets a little bit confusing. Just get one down that you can, for now, that you're comfortable with, so it's your go-to. At least you know you can play that one strumming pattern, and you know, you're not like kind of getting little pieces from a lot of strumming patterns, and then when you want to really play in front of someone, you're like, I don't really know which one to do. So you're kind of doing all of them at the same time, and it just sounds terrible. So anyway, let's go through that movement. You're moving a little bit farther away from the 1, 2, and 3. Now we're on the 3, 4, and 5. It's a little bit of a movement, but you might notice how much more tricky it becomes to get back up into this E7, let's say, from this C. New chord shape, farther away, like this, and it's a little bit farther away. So when we get down to the next chord shape, it's even farther away, and we start to say, oh gosh, we got to move a little bit farther, and that distance, it takes up a little bit of time. It could be 1 second, but that 1 second might be all you need to stay in time. So we'll keep working on that. This is the C, E, and G, or C, E7 and G, and I will see you in the next series.